Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm delighted to have you here. Today, we'll be exploring an important topic, Dr. S.K. Singh, PhD, and the situation with Indian pharma companies receiving U.S. FDA warning letters. Over the next few slides, we'll look at the key issues, the implications for the industry, and what steps can be taken moving forward. So let's get started and delve into this significant subject. Let's start with the introduction. Today, we'll be discussing FDA warning letters and their significance. These warning letters are official notices issued by the U.S. FDA when they identify significant violations of current good manufacturing practices, or CGMP, or other regulatory requirements. It's important to understand that these letters serve as formal communication to ensure compliance and protect public health. Now, focusing on the role of Indian pharmaceutical companies, they are among the largest suppliers of generic medicines to the United States. This makes adherence to FDA regulations not just a matter of compliance, but a critical factor for maintaining their market access and ensuring the credibility of their products. Warning letters can have far-reaching impacts. They can affect product approvals, which are essential for bringing medicines to market. They can also impact export permissions, limiting a company's ability to sell in the U.S. Additionally, these letters can influence a company's reputation, business continuity, and even investor confidence. The key objective here is to understand the common compliance deficiencies that lead to these warning letters, and more importantly, to learn about preventive regulatory strategies. By doing so, we can better navigate the regulatory landscape and maintain a strong, compliant operation. Let's talk about the importance of Indian pharma in the global market. India plays a crucial role in pharmaceutical manufacturing worldwide. In fact, India supplies a major share of generic medicines to various countries, making healthcare more affordable and accessible. Indian pharmaceutical facilities are under constant scrutiny, especially by the U.S. FDA, which ensures quality and safety standards are met. This oversight highlights the trust placed in Indian pharma companies. The sector contributes significantly to several key areas. First, affordable healthcare, which benefits millions around the world. Second, the production of active pharmaceutical ingredients, or APIs, which are essential building blocks for medicines. Third, the manufacturing of generic drugs, providing cost-effective options. And finally, contract manufacturing services, supporting global pharmaceutical companies in their production needs. Now, when it comes to regulatory expectations, compliance is absolutely vital. Data integrity must be maintained at all times, meaning all information is accurate, complete, and trustworthy. Adherence to current good manufacturing practices, or CGMP, is also essential to ensure products are consistently produced to high-quality standards. A strong quality management system supports these efforts, encompassing everything from documentation accuracy to laboratory controls. Proper documentation is crucial, as it provides a clear record of processes and results. And it's important to note that the regulatory framework guiding all this is outlined in 21 CFR Parts 210 and 211. These regulations set the standards for manufacturing, processing, packing, and holding drugs in the United States, ensuring safety and quality across the board. All these points together underscore how Indian pharma is a vital player in the global healthcare landscape, especially when it comes to meeting regulatory standards and delivering quality medicines worldwide. Let's take a closer look at what an FDA warning letter actually is. Basically, it's an official communication from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration that signals a serious concern. It means that the company involved has violated some regulatory requirements that are critical for safety and compliance. When a warning letter is issued, it typically requires the company to take corrective actions within a specific timeframe to address the issues identified. If those corrective steps aren't taken, there can be serious consequences. These might include import alerts, which restrict or prevent the import of products, or even seizures of products that are found to be non-compliant. In more severe cases, the FDA can pursue legal actions such as consent decrees or injunctions, and they can also withhold approvals for new products or changes. Understanding what triggers a warning letter is important, and during inspections, the FDA pays close attention to several key areas. These include manufacturing practices, which ensure that products are made consistently and safely, laboratory operations, to verify that testing is accurate, data integrity systems, to confirm that records are trustworthy, and quality assurance procedures to maintain high standards. They also review sterility assurance to prevent contamination, and complaint handling processes, which are vital for addressing issues raised by consumers or healthcare providers. Recognizing these focus areas helps us understand how the FDA monitors compliance and why a warning letter can be a significant indicator of regulatory health. Let's take a closer look at some of the common reasons for quality issues that can lead to regulatory actions. First, under quality control failures, we often see inadequate investigations of deviations. When something goes wrong, it's crucial to thoroughly investigate the root cause, but sometimes these investigations are superficial or incomplete. Another key point is out of specification, or OOS, handling deficiencies. Properly managing OOS results is vital because mishandling can hide underlying problems or lead to incorrect batch releases. We also see insufficient stability studies, which are essential to ensure that products maintain their quality throughout their shelf life. Moving on to facility and equipment issues, poor maintenance can cause unpredictable equipment failures, impacting product quality. Cross-contamination risks are another serious concern, especially in facilities handling multiple products. If environmental monitoring isn't adequate, it becomes difficult to detect contamination early, increasing the risk of compliance violations. Now, let's connect these points to common reasons for FDA warning letters and major compliance deficiencies. One significant area is data integrity violations. This includes manipulation or deletion of laboratory data, which undermines trust in the entire quality system. Unofficial testing records and backdated entries are also problematic because they distort the true history of manufacturing and testing activities. Another critical issue is inadequate CGMP compliance. Poor documentation practices, incomplete batch records, and lack of process validation all compromise product quality and regulatory confidence. Together, these issues highlight the importance of a robust quality system that is consistent, transparent, and compliant with regulations. By understanding these common pitfalls, we can better focus on strengthening our processes to prevent such failures and ensure our products meet the highest standards. Let's take a closer look at some common data integrity concerns that we often encounter. These include issues like shared login credentials, which can compromise accountability, missing audit trails that make it hard to trace activities, unrecorded test results that affect reliability, and retesting without scientific justification that can raise questions about the validity of the data. Now, these issues don't just stay on paper, they have real regulatory impacts. For example, losing FDA trust can be a serious consequence, leading to increased inspection frequency, and in some cases, import restrictions. These are all high-risk areas that we need to be especially vigilant about. So what does the FDA expect from us? They emphasize adherence to the ALCOA plus principles, attributes like being attributable, meaning everyone's actions are properly recorded, legible, so records are clear, and contemporaneous, ensuring data is recorded in real time. They also expect data to be original, accurate, complete, consistent, enduring, and available when needed. In summary, maintaining data integrity isn't just about compliance, it's about building trust and ensuring the quality of our products. These principles help us meet regulatory expectations and support a culture of integrity across our operations. Let's take a closer look at the key CGMP elements that are essential for maintaining quality in pharmaceutical manufacturing. First, the Quality Management System, or QMS, is the backbone of all our processes. It ensures that quality is built into every stage of production. Next, SOP compliance is critical. Standard operating procedures are our detailed instructions to keep everything consistent and controlled. Validation and qualification are also vital. They prove that our processes and equipment do what they're supposed to do reliably. Change control procedures help us manage any modifications, ensuring they don't compromise quality. We also focus on CAPA, or corrective and preventive actions, to continuously improve and address any issues effectively. Lastly, training and competency management ensure our team is always skilled and knowledgeable about current practices and regulations. Moving on to regulatory references, we rely on key documents like 21 CFR Part 210 and 211, which set the standards for manufacturing and control of drugs. The ICH Q7 guidelines provide internationally recognized standards for active pharmaceutical ingredients. These regulations guide our compliance efforts and ensure that our products meet safety and quality standards worldwide. Lastly, the organizational responsibility is clear. Senior management bears the ultimate accountability. They are responsible for fostering a sustainable quality culture and ensuring that compliance is not just a checkbox, but a core value embedded throughout the organization. This leadership role is fundamental to achieving consistent quality and regulatory adherence in everything we do. Let's take a closer look at the different types of inspections conducted by the FDA. First, there's the pre-approval inspection, or PAI, which happens before a new product is approved to ensure everything is up to standard. Then we have surveillance inspections, which are routine checks to monitor ongoing compliance. For-cause inspections are triggered by specific concerns or issues that need urgent attention. Moving on to the key focus areas during these inspections, the FDA primarily reviews quality systems and manufacturing controls to verify that products are made safely and effectively. Laboratory practices are also closely examined to ensure scientific integrity. Additionally, electronic data systems are scrutinized to confirm that digital records are accurate and reliable. The inspection process itself follows a structured life cycle. It begins with pre-inspection preparation, where inspectors gather relevant information. During the facility walkthrough, they observe operations firsthand. Documentation review is critical, as inspectors examine records to verify compliance. Employee interviews provide insights into day-to-day practices and culture. If issues are found, inspectors issue observations using Form 483, highlighting areas of concern. The findings are compiled into an Establishment Inspection Report, or EIR. If necessary, a warning letter may be issued to formally address violations and require corrective actions. Understanding this process is essential to maintaining compliance and ensuring product safety throughout the life cycle of an inspection. Let's take a closer look at the consequences of FDA warning letters. First, on the reputational impact. When a company receives a warning letter, it can seriously damage trust with customers. People may start to doubt the safety and quality of the products. Investors also become concerned, which can affect stock prices and the company's overall valuation. Additionally, it can hurt our global competitiveness, making it harder to enter or stay active in international markets. Moving on to operational impact. These warning letters often lead to production stoppages, which disrupt the supply chain and delay product availability. Companies may need to undertake extensive remediation projects to address compliance issues, which can be costly and time-consuming. Workforce retraining is also usually necessary to ensure staff understand new procedures and standards, adding another layer of operational complexity. When we consider the broader business and regulatory impact, delays in product approvals are common, which can slow down market expansion or new product launches. Supply chain disruptions may also occur, leading to revenue losses. Plus, the costs associated with increased compliance efforts can put a strain on resources. Finally, the regulatory impact is significant. Companies might face import alerts, making it harder to bring products into certain markets. Product recalls can be costly and damage brand reputation further. We also see increased scrutiny from regulators, with repeat inspections that can further delay operations and add to compliance costs. Overall, These warning letters can have a ripple effect across multiple areas of the business, highlighting why proactive compliance is so vital. Let's start by looking at some key preventive measures we can take. Strengthening our quality systems is fundamental, as it creates a solid foundation for consistent product quality. Implementing a digital audit trail helps us maintain an accurate, tamper-proof record of all activities, making audits more efficient and transparent. Employee training programs are also essential. They ensure everyone understands their role in quality assurance and stays updated on best practices. Additionally, having independent quality oversight provides an objective review, helping catch issues early and maintain high standards. Now, moving to CAPA, or corrective and preventive actions. It's important that these actions are scientifically justified, meaning they're based on solid evidence and analysis. We also need to ensure timely implementation. Delays can compromise product safety and compliance. Effectiveness verification is crucial, so we confirm that our actions actually resolve the issues. And of course, we must document all evidence thoroughly to support our decisions and demonstrate compliance. When it comes to CAPA and remediation strategies, the focus is on taking immediate corrective actions to address issues as they arise. This includes investigating the root cause, understanding exactly what led to the problem. Containment actions are then implemented to prevent further impact, and we assess the product impact to understand the scope of the issue. Retrospective data review allows us to look back at past data to identify any hidden problems or patterns, ensuring we're taking comprehensive steps to prevent recurrence. All these elements together form a robust approach to maintaining and improving quality across our operations. Now, let's explore the role of a strong quality culture in building a sustainable compliance environment. A robust quality culture is the foundation that supports consistent adherence to standards and promotes continuous improvement. Key elements of this culture include leadership commitment, which is crucial because when leaders actively champion quality, it sets the tone for the entire organization. Employee accountability is equally important. Everyone must understand their role in maintaining quality and take ownership of their responsibilities. Ethical data practices are also vital. They ensure integrity and trust in our reporting and decision-making processes. Adopting a continuous improvement mindset helps us stay proactive, constantly seeking ways to enhance our processes. And finally, transparent reporting systems foster openness, making it easier to identify issues early and address them effectively. To embed these elements, we follow best practices like conducting internal audits, which help us verify compliance and identify improvement areas. Risk-based quality management allows us to prioritize efforts where they matter most. Regular management reviews keep leadership informed and engaged, while monitoring quality metrics gives us measurable insights into our performance. And implementing whistleblower protection mechanisms encourages employees to voice concerns without fear, reinforcing our commitment to integrity. The ultimate objective here is to shift our approach from reactive compliance, fixing problems after they occur, to a proactive quality assurance mindset. By fostering this culture and adopting these best practices, we create a sustainable environment that not only complies with regulations, but also continuously elevates our standards and performance. Let's take a closer look at some of the governance tools that are essential for maintaining a strong quality management system. First, we have quality review meetings, which are critical for regularly assessing our processes and ensuring continuous improvement. Then, compliance dashboards provide real-time visibility into our adherence to regulations and internal standards, helping us identify issues quickly. Risk registers are another vital tool. They help us document and prioritize potential risks so we can proactively address them before they escalate. Escalation procedures are in place to ensure that any significant issues are communicated effectively to the right levels of management for prompt action. Now, when we think about regulatory expectations for management, it's important to recognize the core responsibilities of leadership and governance. Senior management, in particular, has a key role. ensuring we have adequate resources allocated to support compliance and quality initiatives. They must also maintain a robust quality management system, or QMS, which is the backbone of our compliance efforts. Monitoring our compliance performance regularly helps us catch and correct deviations early. Reviewing investigation outcomes is equally important, as it helps us understand root causes and prevent recurrence. Supporting regulatory transparency means openly sharing information with regulators and stakeholders, which builds trust and demonstrates our commitment to compliance. Turning to FDA expectations for leadership, they emphasize the need for demonstrating strong quality oversight. That means leadership must be actively involved and accountable for quality outcomes. Ensuring an independent quality unit has the authority to make decisions and escalate issues is vital for objectivity. Preventing recurrence of violations is a key focus. Learning from past mistakes and implementing corrective actions are essential. Lastly, maintaining data governance controls ensures that the data we rely on is accurate, secure, and reliable, which is fundamental for making informed decisions and maintaining compliance. All of these tools and responsibilities work together to create a culture of quality and compliance at every level of the organization. Let's now look at some key training areas that are essential for maintaining compliance and ensuring quality. First, data integrity awareness is critical because accurate and reliable data underpins everything we do. Next, CGMP compliance, or current good manufacturing practices, helps us follow the necessary standards to produce safe and effective products. SOP adherence, or standard operating procedures, ensures everyone is on the same page and working consistently. Regulatory inspection readiness is about being prepared at all times so that when inspectors come, we can demonstrate our compliance confidently. Moving on, continuous improvement is a big part of our strategy. Regular quality audits help us identify areas for enhancement, while CAPA trend analysis allows us to spot recurring issues and address them proactively. Risk management reviews are essential to foresee potential problems before they happen and mitigate them effectively. Now, let's talk about some best practices to avoid warning letters. Preventive compliance strategies are our first line of defense. These are proactive measures to stay ahead of regulatory expectations. Recommended practices include conducting mock FDA inspections, which help us identify gaps before the real thing. Strengthening documentation controls ensures our records are accurate and complete. Maintaining electronic system security is vital to protect sensitive data. Implementing real-time monitoring allows us to catch issues as they happen and respond swiftly. Finally, ensuring robust deviation investigations helps us understand root causes thoroughly and implement effective corrective actions. All these elements tie back to our overall goal: maintaining the highest standards of quality and compliance, preventing issues before they arise, and building a culture of continuous improvement. As we look ahead to the future of regulatory compliance, there are several emerging expectations in the pharma industry that are shaping the way we operate. One of the key trends is the increasing regulatory focus on digital data integrity. This means that maintaining accurate, complete, and secure data is more critical than ever. Alongside this, AI-assisted quality monitoring is becoming a standard tool to help identify issues faster and ensure product quality. We're also seeing a shift toward continuous manufacturing controls, which allow for more consistent and efficient production processes. Cybersecurity in pharma systems is another crucial area, given the increasing digitalization. Protecting sensitive data and systems from cyber threats is essential. Supply chain transparency is gaining importance too, enabling better tracking and accountability across the entire supply chain. Looking at the industry direction, risk-based inspections are becoming more common, focusing resources on areas with higher potential risk. Enhanced remote audits are also on the rise, driven by the need for flexibility and efficiency. There's a strong movement toward global harmonization of standards, which helps streamline compliance across different markets. Automation in quality systems is another trend that supports faster, more reliable compliance processes. Ultimately, this all points to a strategic need. Organizations must adopt technology-driven compliance frameworks. This isn't just about meeting current regulations, but building sustainable, forward-looking systems that position us for ongoing success. Embracing these trends is vital for staying compliant, competitive, and resilient in an ever-evolving regulatory landscape. Let's take a moment to summarize the key learnings from our discussion. First, FDA warning letters serve as clear indicators of serious regulatory noncompliance, highlighting areas where companies need to improve. Data integrity and CGMP, or current good manufacturing practices, remain critical focus areas because they directly impact product quality and patient safety. It's essential to emphasize that implementing effective CAPA, corrective and preventive actions, and fostering a strong quality culture are vital for maintaining compliance. These aren't just boxes to check, they're ongoing commitments that sustain trust. Moreover, the involvement of senior management plays a crucial role in ensuring sustained compliance. Leadership sets the tone and provides the necessary resources and oversight. Proactive regulatory readiness is also key. By staying ahead of regulatory expectations, companies can minimize risks to their business operations and reputation. Finally, the overarching message is clear. For Indian pharmaceutical companies to maintain global regulatory confidence and market leadership, they need a robust compliance framework, an ethical quality culture, and a continuous improvement mindset. These elements together create a resilient foundation that supports long-term success in a competitive global landscape. Let's take a moment to look at the references that underpin the concepts we've discussed today. First, we have the U.S. FDA Guidance for Industry on Data Integrity and Compliance with Drug CGMP. This document is essential because it emphasizes the importance of maintaining accurate and reliable data throughout the manufacturing process, which is fundamental to ensuring product quality and patient safety. Next, the regulations outlined in 21 CFR Parts 210 and 211 set the legal framework for current good manufacturing practices in the pharmaceutical industry. These parts establish the standards that must be followed to ensure that drugs are produced consistently and meet quality standards. We also have the ICH Q7 guidelines, which focus specifically on good manufacturing practice for active pharmaceutical ingredients. This guidance helps ensure APIs are produced under controlled conditions, reinforcing the overall quality of medicines. Then, there are the WHO GMP guidelines, which serve as a global benchmark for pharmaceutical quality assurance. They provide comprehensive standards to help manufacturers produce medicines that are safe and effective worldwide. Finally, we have the PIC-S GMP guidance, which supports international cooperation and harmonization of inspection procedures. This guidance aims to facilitate consistent compliance and quality standards across different regions. All of these references are interconnected. They form the backbone of our industry's commitment to quality, safety, and regulatory compliance. Understanding and applying these guidelines helps us maintain high standards and ultimately protect the patients who rely on our products. For further support, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help with any questions or additional information you might need. Feel free to contact us through the provided channels. And with that, I want to sincerely thank you for your time and attention today. Your engagement is truly appreciated, and I hope you found this presentation valuable. Remember, we're always here to support you as you apply these concepts. Thank you once again.